Hello children, good morning. Today we are going to start lesson 5 air, water and weather. So I have said that this lesson is for project purpose. So listen carefully. After listening the lesson, I will give the project work for you from this lesson. Okay. See here, let us start with warm up. Match the sentence with the correct picture. So they have given pictures at left side and right side. You need to match it. First, what is there? The day is very hot. The man is sweating. So among these pictures here, okay, here the man is sitting, sun is there. So the day is very hot. It indicates, this picture indicates that he is getting sweating. So do the match the following like this. The wind is blowing fast. Let us fly a kite. So this picture indicates this one. It is raining. Raining means our symbol goes to umbrella. Yes, it is raining. See. Next, it is very cold. There is also snowfall. So, this one. So, like this, according to the picturization, we have matched to correct picture. Okay. Next, understand the importance of air and its components. Today, we will see the importance of air and its components. So, can you define the air, children? What is meant by air? What is meant by air? Air is all around us, isn't it? But we cannot see it. Can you see it? No, you cannot see it. We can feel air when it moves. We can feel air, no, when it moves. So next, coming to the air importance. What does air contain? Let us start with small activity that if you take a glass of very cold water and place it on a table, you will soon notice that water drops sticking out on the outer side of the glass. Why like that, children? This water did not leak through the glass also. It came from the air. That means air contains water in the form of water vapor. Air contains water in the form of water vapor. Air also contains important gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. So it also contains gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide. So we breathe which gas, children? Oxygen. We breathe in oxygen. Air may also contain dust particles and germs. Air also may also contain dust particles and germs. What is the definition of wind, children? Moving air is called wind. Moving air is called wind. So, here air also contains dust particles and germs. These can stick to our body easily. That's why nowadays for this corona, what we are doing, we are wearing masks. We are wearing masks and we are washing our hands also. Not only before eating, for every moment, whenever you go outside, you touch anything, we should wash our hands. We should wash our hands. So we breathe oxygen. Plants will take, children. Which gas? Plants take carbon dioxide to make their food. So humans and animals both need this oxygen to breathe in and in turn release carbon dioxide. So this is known as only plants which take in carbon dioxide to make their food. That process is known as photosynthesis. During this process, plants release oxygen for humans and animals. So therefore, all organisms need air to live. Need air to live. Now you understood what is the importance of air. Okay. So what air contains? Water in form of water vapors. Okay. So it also contains gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide, important gases. Okay. So we breathe oxygen. Plants will take carbon dioxide and release oxygen. Okay, plants take in food through the help of this, through the help of, so they take the carbon dioxide and make their food. So that process is known as photosynthesis. So plants release oxygen for humans and animals. Therefore, these all living organisms need air to live. Next, coming to the water, children. So this figure what I said, water. Water is nothing but very important for life on earth. So earth contains 70% of water only, 30% of land now. So what is an important substance on the earth, isn't it? We cannot live without water. We use water for several purposes such as drinking, cleaning, washing, and cooking. Drinking, cleaning, washing, and cooking. So we use these all. Next, ice, water, and water vapor. All are three forms of water. Three forms of water. Next, what are the sources of water? Hmm? What are the sources of water? Wet water from rain is called rainwater. When snow on mountains melts, it flows into rivers. This is another source of water. Rainwater fills puddles, ponds, lakes, rivers, and streams, isn't it? We build dams and canals to use river water. So rainwater it also seeps into the ground. We can use this by digging wells and hand pumps. These are some sources of water. Next, coming to the what are the drinking water means water from lakes, rivers, ponds, and wells may not always be clean. So dirty water contains what? Germs. Dirty water contains germs. So we should boil water before drinking. These are some conditions we need to maintain precautions while taking water. Boiling water can kill germs. So we should keep clean water in closed containers. And one more thing, children, very important, we should not waste water. We should not waste water. We can save water in many ways. In many ways. Next, that is, we should not waste water while bathing or washing. If we wash many fruits, we should wash them with water in a big bowl. Do not use running water. Next, see, these are some pictures drinking water. Water is for cooking, watering the plants. Okay. Next, evaporation. What is meant by evaporation? What is meant by evaporation, children? We have learned in states of matter, no, water evaporates and forms water vapor, isn't it? So water from lakes, rivers, ponds, and oceans, they get heated up due to the heat of the sun in summer season. This water evaporates, turns liquid to gas, and forms water vapor. That process only known as evaporation. The water vapor rises in the sky. So see here, water present in the wet clothes also changes into water vapor, isn't it? We will what we will wash the clothes and we will put in the balcony. Means after some time, what you will observe? You will see again wet cloths or dry cloths, dry cloths only. So that means water present in the wet cloths changes into water vapor. That only they put the question that what happens to the water when wet cloths dry in the sun. Next, they put the question that what comes out of the vessel when water boils. It is steam, no. If you heat the water for a long time, it is steam that comes out. Steam is also called a water vapor. Steam is also called water vapor. That means change of water into water vapor is called evaporation. It's called evaporation. When take condensation, when what happens when steel plate is held on top of the hot vessel, we see tiny droplets of water on the plate or not? Yes. On touching the cold plate, the steam cools down and changes back into droplets of water. So, change of water vapor into water droplets is called condensation. Is called condensation. Here, water vapor in the air cools down. Tiny droplets of water are formed. This process is called condensation. This process is called condensation. When you get the lunch box, children, so after some time, if you open that if you open that, you are unable to you are able to see the tiny droplets on the lid of the lunchbox. That is nothing but change of water vapor into water droplets. It is called condensation. Next, coming to the next one, water cycle. Have you listened about water cycle? Yes, very important. That is nothing but it has like one story type. Sun heats up the water from rivers, ponds, lakes, oceans, and plants, isn't it? See, in summer season, if you go to your native place, if anyone are living in villages, your grandmother or grandfather, in your village, river is there, small river. If you go in summer season, you can't see the water in the river much more than you can see in the winter, isn't it? That means the sun heats up the water from rivers, ponds, lakes, oceans, and plants also. This water evaporates into the air as water vapor. So, water vapor rises in the air. It cools down to form small water droplets. During this condensation, tiny water droplets mix with dust and other things to form clouds. Inside the clouds, the tiny water droplets join to form big drops. Okay, when water drops in the cloud become too heavy to remain in the air, they falls down as a rain. In places that are very cold, the water drops freeze into ice and fall down as a snow. Now you got an idea how the rain will come, how the snow rain will come. This rainwater or the snow fills the rivers, ponds, and lakes as this cycle continues. So here the cycle involving the change of water into water vapor and then again to water again is called water cycle. Okay. This is called water cycle. See, this is the diagram related to water cycle. In summer season, water gets heated up. Are you seeing closer? See here. So the water from lakes, rivers, ponds and oceans gets heated up due to the heat of the sun. So water evaporates, turns liquid to gas. First liquid to gas. So this is evaporation, isn't it? The water vapor rises and say when water vapor in the air cools down, tiny droplets of water are formed. This process is called condensation. This process is called condensation. This process is called condensation. So water droplets join to form clouds. When these clouds become very heavy with a lot of water, it falls down in the form of rain or snow. This is the process of precipitation. This is the process of precipitation. See here, this is precipitation. Understood? So tomorrow we will see remaining lesson, children. Thank you.